There is no separation of church and state. It's a fabrication. It's a fiction. It's not in the Constitution. It's made up by secular humanists. It's derived from a single letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptist Convention. Of course, we should have church and state mixed together.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and it's really cute when right-wingers try to play as if they actually have an ounce of intelligence or a glimmer of an idea of what America is really all about. Charlie Kirk continued his attempts to destroy our country on his idiot show, where he claimed the founders wanted religion and government mixed together.
Well, it's so sick because South American and Central American countries are actually very religious and very Catholic. So they're going into religious countries with almost missionary fervor to go and try to make these countries less religious. And again, there is no separation of church and state. It's a fabrication. It's a fiction. It's not in the Constitution. It's made up by secular humanists. It's derived from a single letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptist Convention. Of course, we should have church and state mixed together. Our founding fathers believed in that. We can go through the details of that. They established literally a church in Congress. Anyway, separate issue.
Newsflash, imbecile, you're dead wrong. In fact, your stupid notion is the absolute opposite of our country. If you had any brains at all, you'd understand the foundation of this country was built on philosophy coming out of Enlightenment principles, rationalism, intellectual and religious freedom. It was the root purpose of founding a new, exceptional country, one where king and church can never dominate the population. Aha! But here we've run up against a real issue with Charlie Kirk. That can never stand. Freedom is something he and his fascist friends are making their life's work to try and defeat. Because these lowlifes are leeches, they want a public as stupid as possible so they can dominate them, have them do all the work while they rake in all the money. They want a theocracy, one where they set the rules just like the Dark Ages, delete education, defeat the populace, and imprison them in poverty, the blueprint of oppressive regimes throughout human history. They yearn for this because they've tasted it. They've got their right-wing base under their thumbs and at their mercy. They want to build on that. They want to amp up the hostility in their base by feeding them more baseless, idiotic lies like this to pump them up to overthrow the country by force while they sit back and watch. And once again, they've had a taste of that too. All these jackaloons witnessed what happened on January the 6th, and they see how Trump didn't lose the support of a single Republican voter. That doesn't just blow our minds. It astonishes the Republican office holders and media as well. Retaining support after blatant, violent treason must have been the grandest achievement their propaganda machine could have ever dreamed of. In fact, I don't think it could have been dreamed of. Certainly not some years back. But now the lid has been blown off, and the can of worms, Pandora's box, and the Twilight Zone have nothing on this mess. Now the alt-right media knows a completely contradictory lie, like the one from Kirk, will not be scrutinized at all. On the contrary, it will be quoted as gospel amongst the moron Republican base. Who knew rewriting history was as easy as feeding a moron TV host lines on a teleprompter? But that's all it takes on these alt-right channels. There is no fact-checking. Facts are invented on the spot and rewritten any moment it suits the party's elites. That's the sorry state that we're in right now. We know that 99.9% of Republicans will buy Kirk's lie outright. Just look at how all these morons not only fell for the big lie, but still defend it to this day. Criminal treason is no longer even a deterrent to these people. The right has made no secret they want to kill America and put a sham dictatorship in its place, all in the name of their own personal conquest. There was a time when we all thought the majority of our fellow Americans understood the core premises of our country. And wow, was that ever a mistake? A major portion of this country can't even distinguish fact from fiction, let alone grasp the root philosophical principles of America and the design of the founders. And that's a very sorry situation, because all of those folks are then simply at the mercy of the politicians. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.